Welcome to the Prospect Polarity Framework in the Passion Product Launch system. We're going to go in here real quick and talk about every prospect's polarity, and you'll understand what that means. Think of polarity, you think of North and South Pole on the globe or on a compass. You think about this picture here, a compass has a north, south, east, and west. So does your prospect. Your prospect has a true north, and they have these opposing forces in their heart, their mind, their life, and then their decisions, any commitments they've made in their mind and heart, any ideologies that they've identified with. All these things go to make up what's going to be their true north and their polarity. So the polarity that we're talking about in marketing, though, has to do with their likes and dislikes, their dreams and their fears, their aspirations, and their implications if they don't achieve the things that they're searching and they're striving for. So that's what this helps you to do. It helps you to fine tune that into headlines and marketing messages that are simple and are powerful, and they help to grab the specific attention in a noisy marketplace so that you can get better return on investment for your ad spend and for your messaging and your efforts. And more importantly, so you can connect with the right people and solve problems. So number one, what is it? What is the perfect passion prospect that they have that's called polarity? It's this polarity within themselves. It's their likes and their dislikes. It's where they want to go and what they want to avoid. So this framework helps to identify and fine tune it, and so that your messages are highly effective. Why is this important? This is important because they have this internal compass. It's been shaped throughout the years that leads them powerfully. Even things they don't realize are leading them, but things you can find out about them, and you can use that to your advantage in serving them. Some people can use this to manipulate people, but that's not the point of this. The point is to help them identify them best so that you can serve them and so that you can capture that market share so that you can help solve those problems. Some of these things are not really aware of, and others are deep emotional motives that they have, whether they can voice them or not. You can find out what they are and how to use them to their advantage and your advantage. So they have these hopes, these aspirations and goals. They have fears, worries, and negative things or implications that they want to avoid if they don't achieve what they're trying to achieve. So what you want to do is determine the top 7 to 10 things on each side of that polarity and how you're going to help them move toward the good things and away from the bad things. That's really what marketing is about communicating how we can help you get more of the good things you like and how we can move you away from the bad things you don't like and you don't want to face. So we define them from both perspectives in here, and it's best not to assume that you know them unless you've worked with them so long that you really understand their polarity. So usually you're launching out on something new, so you want to do this research again and make sure that you're spot on in terms of the way they say it and the way they respond to it. Not necessarily the way you solve it, because that may be language that's over their head. So then we're going to determine which of your products and services and solutions will help them move towards their positive polarity and away from the negative polarity. Then you can practice making one statement about how each polarity and how your solution will move them towards that positive or away from the negative, or both, and how the results will be measured, and that's a metric, and how long it should take, that's a timeline. So, and you can make very powerful headlines and messages this way. Some may not be measurable because they could be more subjective versus tangible or measurable. In other words, it might be more energy or I feel better versus I lost 3 inches on my waist and dropped 30 pounds. Those are measurable versus immeasurable ones, even though they're just as important. So we'll list them all. We'll pick the top 3 to 5 for testing and improving upon when you go to launch in Module 7 with your actual advertising. These will be basically those raw gold nuggets that will be the currency that they will be willing to trade for what you're willing to trade. In other words, your service for their needs and their money. Okay, they're willing to pay a certain price, market value, for what you're offering. Okay, you'll be able to learn how to use these frameworks to really hone in all your messaging so that your messaging is never off. You'll never worry about what you have to say or what you have to write in your email messages, your blogs, your Facebook or social media posts, your direct mail, however you decide to use different channels to reach out and to spread your message. Whatever fits your business model That's what this will help you do to make sure those messages and the visuals are spot on. So by knowing their internal compass better than your competition, not only can you connect with them better, but through all your ads and all of your automated efforts and your marketing efforts, but you can find new ways to actually serve them and create new products or services that can solve their problems more effectively. You may discover things that your competition or is not doing, or things that you didn't know or were aware of, ways that you could solve problems or deliver solutions. So the more you go in here, the more you do, the better off you will be. The more you'll be able to offer more value. So where does this fit? The Prospect Polarity Framework is found in the Message module down here in the Analyze phase of the Passion Product Launch system. So it's the second module, and it's one of the frameworks in this Message module to help you show and tell more effectively to improve your ad spend and your marketing efforts. So without any further delay, let's jump right in, and we'll just show you this real quick. This is the Prospect Polarity Framework. So we look at the green as the things that they're trying to move towards, and the red are the things they're trying to move away from. So the pains and the frustrations they have now, that's the urgent and immediate up top here, and the goals and dreams they want to move towards. Then below would be the fears and implications, the future things that they're trying to avoid, and what that implies, and the implications if they don't solve the problems, and the desires and aspirations they're trying to achieve in the future by taking your solution or moving towards a business relationship with you. So this is just a description of your passion product prospect. So we're going to use the same example of 38 to 50-year-old mom who's overweight, wants to lose weight and have energy for the future. She wants to have better fitness level to interact with her kids and grandkids. So really she's talking about energy, lifestyle, feeling great, looking great, and having better self-esteem. But we can't always measure that stuff in marketing. So we can imply those things, but we also want to give some tangible benefits in terms of measurement. So this is where we get back into the 5+1 meal plan that will help you lose 20 to 30 pounds in 45 days or less without craving. So basically we took the fears and implications here. So that's one of the headlines that we came up with. Now look at this. Their fears and frustrations, implications are they don't want to be tired all the time. They want energy. They don't have energy. They're overweight. They feel tired all the time. They feel irritable, grumpy. They're afraid of continuing to gain weight, never losing weight, and always living this way. They see other people who are not, and they want to be more like these other people. So they don't want to continue to get heavier with age, and then there's the health issues that are implied by that. There's all these fears and things that are roaming around in their heads from day to day in their hearts. And your solution of weight loss, some weight loss program that's easier to do and easier to stick to than others, is a good solution. So what do they want? They want to gain energy. They want to feel good. They want to have more energy. They want to be at their ideal weight. They want to fit better in their clothes. They want to buy other clothes that are more appealing to them, that make them feel more attractive, that make them feel more beautiful to those who matter. They have dreams of feeling young again, having that energy. They want to be able to be fit and play with their kids and grandkids one day. So if you look at this, how can we turn all this stuff into a headline? So we go with your solution, and then we measure, and then we do a time frame. We're going to decrease these things over here, and we're going to increase these things up here. Okay, so how can we do that? This is where you practice writing down different headlines, and then I give you 5 examples of different kinds of headlines below that you can use to test in your marketing. Testing is the key. Testing is the key in all marketing and sales. Split testing and testing and testing, and you continually incrementally improve at each stage of your funnel. So split testing will beat any guru, any 30 or 50-year industry wizard out there every single time, because the market changes and the market tells you in their own way which ones they prefer, simply based on their actions. So when you split test, that is the key. Always look at marketing and sales and advertising funnels as an experiment that you're going to continually improve upon. If you don't have that mindset, get that mindset, because that mindset will change. You'll understand that each little failure is leading you to more breakthroughs and more improvement, and then a positive ROI, and also a successful business. So we look at every failure in marketing advertising as a lesson, as a lesson that we quickly learn and improve upon so that we can learn what the market is really responding to and what they want to pay for and how much they want to pay. So test, test, and test some more until you're well on your way, and then continue to test. That's how the best marketers and the best advertisers and salespeople, they are always testing. So here's an example. This 5+1 meal plan, that's our solution. Okay, right here is solution. Will help you lose 20 to 30 pounds. That's the real tangible measurement in a time frame of 45 days or less without craving. So, 5+1 meal plan will help you lose 20 to 30 pounds in 45 days or less without craving. So we're giving them something they want in a measurable time frame and helping them avoid things that they don't want. So they don't want to crave. They don't want to always be looking for food or feeling hungry all the time. So this handles that all in one really concise statement. Did we get there on our first try? Of course not. So you create these statements that have your solution, a measurement, a time frame, and it calls out the avatar or the targeted prospect. And we'll show you how to do that later. So this is just a generality. We're going to turn this into a headline down below. Core 5, that's just some generic weight training thing I found online. Will help you build muscle and increase energy. Great, but can we measure that? No, we can't. There's implications in here, and there's suggestions of benefits, but the more we can show a tangible, measurable result within a reasonable time frame and decreasing the negatives, the more powerful a headline can be and the more draw we're going to get on that for generating leads. Okay, so let's just go down here. Use the same framework to build out your own headlines using the fears, implications, dreams, aspirations of your prospects. You can fill those all out down right here. And we talk about the immediate and the future. Okay, the immediate things they are trying to avoid or get out of right now, and the future things they're hoping to avoid, as well as the immediate things they have goals and desires they want to achieve now versus future dreams and aspirations that they will achieve if they stay on track. Okay, so what do they want to decrease in their life? That's on the left here. What do they want to increase? These are just different ways of saying it to help you flesh this out and to really get some good details and armament so that you can build great headlines. So then your power solution headline or statement, you want to have your solution, you want to call out the specific person, and you want to have a time frame, and you also want to have some kind of avoidance of negative if possible, and this will help you do this. So write out and practice your headlines here. Then I go down below to give you some examples of headlines that you can, different kinds of headlines that you will use, and use those on your framework as examples, and try to practice writing headlines and then test them. So go ahead and get started. If you have any questions, let us know. Learn about your prospect polarity and how you can use those internal positives and negatives that they're trying to go after and trying to avoid, and work that into your marketing messages so you'll have a successful marketing campaign. Good luck.